Most AI tools do not save time, they add time. Now, you've seen the videos, 10 AI tools that can change your life. You try them and you spend hours learning prompts, fixing outputs, and deciding whether the result is good enough. That is not a time saver, it is a time tax. Today, I'm sharing the 5 AI tools that I actually use every day, the specific tasks I use them for, and the measurable time savings that I get from each of these tools. The criteria are simple. The tool must integrate into my existing workflow, require minimal setup, and produce output that is good enough to use without heavy editing. This is not a paid sponsorship. This is a practical list for people who want to cut through the hype and use AI for real work. Before I name the tools, I should explain how I measure time savings. I use a simple formula. Total time spent on the task with AI minus total time spent without AI, including setup, prompt crafting, output review, and corrections. If a tool takes 10 minutes to set up and saves me 2 minutes, it is not a time saver unless I use it every single day for months. If a tool takes 1 minute to set up and saves me 30 minutes per task, it is a time saver on day one. I'm also excluding tools that only save time in theory. A coding assistant that generates code you have to completely rewrite is not saving time. A writing assistant that produces output that you have to completely rewrite is not saving time. The tool must produce usable output on the first or second attempt. This is where AI saves the most time for knowledge workers. I use Perplexity and Claude for this. Perplexity is better for fast factual lookups with source attribution. Claude is better for long form synthesis of multiple documents or complex explanation. The time savings come from eliminating the manual process of searching, opening tabs, reading, and summarizing. A task that used to take 2 hours, gathering background information on a new topic, reading 5 articles, and writing for. The key to making this work is specificity. I do not ask generic questions. I ask for specific comparisons, specific data points, and specific sources. The output quality depends entirely on the prompt structure. I also verify the sources. I can hallucinate citations. I check the links before I rely on the data. That verification step is non-negotiable. Tool 2 is writing and drafting. Writing is the second biggest time saver, the most misunderstood. AI writing tools are good at fast drafts, outlines, and restructuring. They are not good at the final polish, the voice, or the high stakes writing. I use Claude and GPT 4.0 for drafting emails, blog outlines, social media posts, and internal documentation. The time savings vary by task. An email that used to take 15 minutes to write now takes 5. A blog outline that used to take an hour now takes 10. A full article draft that used to take 3 hours now takes 1, but it still requires human editing for voice and accuracy. The mistake people make with AI writing is treating the first draft as final. That is where the time tax appears. If you have to rewrite the entire output, you wasted time. The AI output as a starting point or as a structured starting point, then you can save time. Tool 3 is coding and development. For developers, AI coding assistants are the clearest time saver. I use GitHub Copilot and Casa. Copilot is better for inline and boilerplate. Casa is better for multi-file edits and project-wide refactoring. The time savings are real, but task dependent. Writing a new function from scratch is faster with Copilot suggestions. Debugging an existing function is faster with AI-assisted root cause analysis. Writing tests is faster with AI-generated test cases. The honest limit is complexity. AI excels at well-defined, repetitive coding tasks. It struggles with system design, architecture decisions, complex debugging that requires understanding the full code-base context. The developers who save the most time are the ones who use AI for the routine parts and reserve their own judgment for the hard parts. Tool 4 is productivity and task management. This category is less obvious, but it is where AI prevents time loss before it happens. I use Reclaim for calendar management and task scheduling. It automatically finds time for meetings, blocks focus periods, and adjusts my schedule when conflicts arise. Notion AI is useful for organizing notes, generating summaries from meeting transcripts, and structuring project documentation. These time savings that I get here are not dramatic, even on any single task. They are cumulative. Saving 10 minutes per day on scheduling and note organization adds up to 5 hours per month. That is real time back. The key is integration. These tools must connect to the calendar and not systems that I already use. If I have to manually export and import the data, the time savings disappear. Tool 5 is media and content production. For creators, AI media tools are reducing production time from hours to minutes. I use CapCut AI for quick video edits, text-to-speech voiceovers, and auto captions. Canva Magic Studio is the suitable one for thumbnail generation and simple graphic design. For higher quality audio, I use specialized TTS tools for narration drafts are substantial. A video edit that used to take 4 hours now takes 1. And a thumbnail that used to take 30 minutes to make now takes 5. The key is treating AI output as fast draft, and then I still review and adjust, but the baseline work is already done. The honest limit is creative control. AI can handle routine editing and formatting. It cannot replace the creative direction of a human editor who understands pacing, tone, and audience attention. Now, let me give you the pattern that makes a tool actually save time. Across all 5 tools, 4 things are true. First, the tool integrates into my existing workflow. I do not have to change how I work to use it. If the tool requires a new app, a new file format, or a new process, the integration cost eats the time savings. Second, the tool produces usable output on the first or second attempt. If I have to regenerate 5 times, I wasted time. The best tools have good defaults and sensible constraints that guide the output toward usability without excessive tweaking. And that's a point to consider. Third, the tool handles the routine parts of the task and leaves the creative or judgment parts to me. The best AI tools amplify skill, they don't replace human skill. They do the parts that are repetitive and low value. They do not make strategic decisions. Fourth, the setup cost is low. If I have to watch a 2-hour tutorial or read a manual, then the time savings are delayed. The best tools are intuitive enough to use within minutes. And that you can see if you've used many tools. The tools that fail these tests are the ones that feel like work. the ones that feel like you have to roll up your sleeves and get into it. The tools that pass are the ones that feel like leverage. And that's what you need for your business. That's what you need for your daily life. Let me save you from the common mistakes that waste time with AI. First, trying every new tool. The novelty wears off and you end up with 10 accounts that you never use. Pick one tool per category and master it. Second, over relying on AI for creative work. AI can draft. It cannot replicate your voice, your taste, or your judgment. If you're about quality, you will always have to edit, no matter what tool you use. Third, ignoring the setup cost. Some tools save time only after you have trained them on your data, customized the prompts, and integrated them with your stack. That setup can take longer than the task itself. Fourth, chasing the latest model. Newer models are not always better, and that's something you need to get very clearly. It depends on your specific workflow. Stability and integration matter more than benchmark scores. The 5 tools I shared today are the ones that passed my time savings test. They are not the best tools in every category. They are the tools that fit my workflow and produce usable output quickly. If you want to find your own list, run the same test. Pick one tool, use it for a week. Measure the time you spend with it versus the time without it. If it saves time, keep it. If it adds time, drop it. The goal is not to use more, the goal is to use AI that actually gives you time back for the work that matters.